Hello, I'm Julian Cox, Deputy Director and Chief Curator at the AGO, and very pleased to be able to share with you a little bit of insight on the amazing relationship that we've had with Art Toronto over some decades now. In that time, we've acquired more than 50 works of art from 25 plus dealers, galleries from all over Canada, in fact, internationally. And we found that over the years, we've been able to add extraordinary works of art by some of the most dynamic and innovative and important Canadian artists working today. And we're really very proud of the works we've been able to add to our collection over the years. So I wanted to share with you some of the highlights that make us smile every day. Starting off with Denise Thomasos, the extraordinary Trinidadian Canadian artist who we acquired this painting in 2007. It has this extraordinary sort of dizzying network of architectural forms that fill the composition in sort of very, very large scale oil on canvas painting. And of course, Thomasos addresses themes of imprisonment, displacement and migration, and her work is even more relevant today, I think, than it was more than a decade and a half ago when she made this painting. Also in 2007, we acquired this beautiful large-scale drawing by Annie Pudakuk, one of the most important Inuit draftspeople of the last 50 years. This is a fabulous large-scale drawing. It's about 8 by 4 feet, and it has all the great talent and whim and humor of Pudakuk's greatest works. It's actually a drawing of her grandmother's eyeglasses. Her grandmother, of course, was Pitsalak Ashuna, who was an important artist in her own right. And Pudakuk is one of those key Inuit artists who's very well represented in our collection and who we've since added important works to over the years. Pascal Grand Maison. This is a beautiful pairing of large-scale chromogenic prints, which we acquired in 2008. And Grand Maison was inspired by the 1970 book Moon Rocks, which was by Henry S.F. Cooper, a book really that was about the collection, storage, and study of moon rocks that were part of the Apollo 11 landing in 1969. And last year, 2019, which of course was the 50th anniversary of that landing, we displayed these two works at the AGO and had some really great response from our public. Of course, it's a pairing of photographs that provokes thoughts and reflections on the laws of gravity and the limits of our own perceptions. Susie Lake, such an important international figure, but of course a treasure here in Toronto for all of us that are part of the art community. And this beautiful series of gelatin silver prints with hand-colored retouching around the lips and mouth we added to the collection in 2009, and they were part of a very important retrospective we put together in late 2014 called Introducing Susie Lake, that was put together by Georgiana Oyarik and Sophie Hackett working together. And Susie is, one of the great artists in our community, and we've since added several important works that have come in through purchase and acquisition from donors who are close to us. Carr Hamilton, this was the first work by Carr to come into the AGO's collection. She's an artist, of course, who works in both sculpture and jewelry and deftly draws this beautiful balance between raw and polished materials, both the wearable and the unwearable. And her works have a way of really sort of poetically reusing found and industrial materials. I think of this as like a giant eyelash made of copper, but really typical of the sort of subtlety and beauty of Carr's work as sculpture and as installation. Sonia Sue, this was a really important acquisition that we made a couple of years now ago at Art Toronto, which establishes a really significant dialogue with one of the great paintings in our historical Canadian collection, our Emily Carr church in a Uquat village from 1929. Here you can see it installed in our Fudger Rotunda Gallery at the AGO, and a good example of how one of the great benefits of working with Art Toronto and talking to the dealers and bringing great new works of art into our collection is that we can bring them onto public view, hopefully very soon after we've acquired them. And that certainly is also the case with one of the works that we were able to acquire at Art Toronto last year, this beautiful large-scale drawing by Rajni Pereira. It's part of her Travelers series, and it was it's one of the standout works at Art Toronto last year, and we've had it on view all during the COVID times at the AGO, and very proud to have been able to share it with our public. Of course, Rajni is one of the most exciting emerging and artists in Toronto, and we're really happy to have been able to have added this work to our collection last year. And we're so much looking forward to Art Toronto this year. Of course, it's different because everything's going to be online. So I encourage everyone that loves art, loves to collect, and really importantly, wants to support the great galleries and great artists that this country has to offer. Please go online, beginning October the 28th, make a preview day purchase, and make other purchases during the run of the fair to support the great community of art and artists that Canada has to offer. Thank you very much.